Well, hello, and welcome to Self Care Saturday. I am Carla,
I'm Alana.
and we are here today. We want to say for the record, God is a healer. Oh my goodness, He's done some wonderful and amazing things. As you watch Self Care Saturday, don't forget to like, tag, and share, and do what else?
And comment any questions or comments like, yeah.
Yes, all right. And so today's self-care, we're going to be focusing on women getting along. Can we all get along? Alana,
Good question.
tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, okay. So I'm Alana. I grew up in Patterson, New Jersey. I went to college at William Patterson for my bachelor's and then Rowan for my master's. I am a part of a sorority, which, of course, is a group of women. I am a part of Chi Epsilon Sigma Nationalized Sorority Incorporated, and a part of many other organizations and groups. So, yeah.
Great. So how does being a part of a sorority empower women?
So, my sorority, our motto is educating, elevating, and empowering all women. So we definitely believe the importance of letting our members be empowered amongst each other. So learning from each other, elevating one another, just uplifting, because that's important in a sisterhood. And also to putting an emphasis on education. We come to school for an education. We don't go to school, to join a club or an organization. So we definitely want our members to know that education is first, and that you are there solely to get a degree, but also to build those, networking and relationships and sisterhood. So
You mentioned that word, sisterhood.
yeah,
Do you feel like you have a sisterhood in this particular group or organization?
I do. Within any sisterhood, there's always going to be fights.
Okay.
There's always going to be, certain sisters who may not get along, but that's just, us being humans. But I do feel like the group of women, specifically my chapter, we did build a bond and a sisterhood, throughout my time being a member, but, throughout other chapters as well. So yeah, I definitely think that we do have a sisterhood, and I've built that with many sisters from across this world.
But how do you define sisterhood? How do you look at that? How do we become sisters? Because that's what the driving force of this conversation is about.
Yeah.
Sisters supporting sisters.
Sisterhood, I think it's a developed friendship over time. I don't think like I can be someone's sister the moment I meet them, because I don't. With sisterhood comes a lot of characteristics. Like, you have to be loyal to your sister. You have to trust your sister. You have to love your sister unconditionally. You have to be honest with your sister. And I feel like you don't really have those traits until you foster that friendship. Like, you have to know that person, learn that person, the basic things about that person before I can say that I trust you, or we're honest with each other. So I think it comes with building that friendship over time. That's when you can define your sisterhood.
Now, so do you think that we go about this too quickly, and that's when we get hurt because we thought we built a sisterhood and we hadn't taken our time to really relate and get to know each other?
Probably, and I think it's because a lot of people may feel like out of place, or may feel like they don't have, that mentor, or that friend or that BFF that they can go to, and they just find the first person that they see and say, oh, let's be friends, or we connect on Instagram, Facebook, oh, let's be friends, but we don't really have that bond, or we want that bond, but that's built over time. So I think this generation, well, my generation specifically, we're very quick to want friends without, knowing and trusting that person first.
Oh, you have to get to know and you need to trust the individual before you can actually call them your sister.
Yeah.
Now if we take this to the house of worship, because guess what? Every time we, a body of believers, and we decide to be in the body of Christ, we're automatically sisters. Do you think though that still there needs to be a bonding experience?
I think so, because yes, we do have something in common, but it's also like I still don't know you as a person. So how can I be able to trust you, although we have this one common bond, and that's God? Yes, I love God and I trust God, and you do too, but you're still a human too.
There's a human element.
We need to like connect on a level that like I have to be able to have conversations with you, and I have to be able to be comfortable with you, and it's still that level of like I need to trust you and get to know you first.
So being in a sorority, being in the church, coming together to form a sisterhood, it's not automatic.
No.
I think that for me, I want it to be automatic.
Really?
Yeah, like we're sisters, and then we get to know each other. I know you need to build on it,
right?
But for me, I'm thinking, we have a common goal. Like you said, you have your sorority, you have the house of worship,
Right.
And since we have a common goal, why can't we all just get along?
There's a lot of personalities though. Like, as much as we want to say like, yeah, we all get along, we all bond, like we're all sisters. Like, I have sisters that I've never met. Like, if I've seen them with letters at a ShopRite, I'll be like, oh my god, that's my sister. But it's also like, okay, like I don't know you, so like,
so we're not
let's get to
tea.
know each other. Like, let's get some tea, let's get some lunch, like let's chat. Like, me and you have this common interest. Like, let's get to know each other, and then that's when we'll start, our actual bond and our friendship and our sisterhood.
Do we need each other?
Oh, absolutely. I think that friendships and sisterhood is so important outside of having like, your intimate relationships. I think friendship and sisterhood is so important, because who else are you gonna run to when things go wrong? Like, you have your family, but some things you want to keep private from your family, or some things you just want to share with your friends. So yeah,
I actually went the route where I had the friends, and I have a natural sister, and we're in the same group and sorority together, everything. But in this stage of my life, my sister is my bestie.
Yeah,
she is it. That's it. She's my bestie, and I have other friends that I relate to, other friends that I can go out with. We have a common friend together, and I can tell her to everything. But between her and my sister, that's it.
Yeah.
Do we need a lot of them?
No, no, I definitely don't think so. And I like how you mentioned like you have that bond with your sister, because sometimes I wish, like, not saying like I wish I had a sister, but like I have a brother, so it's different. Like, our relationship is different. Like, we fight, but I feel like if I had a sister, like a biological sister, like, it'll be different. Like, we'll be BFFs from the very beginning. I love my brother though. I do.
I'm just like, I don't know, because I have two sisters and I don't have a brother, so I don't know what the dynamic. Can your brother be your best friend, or can a man be your best friend?
Yes. My best friend is actually a male.
Okay.
And we've been best friends for a very long time now, since we were in undergrad. He knows all of my secrets, and I feel like we've built such a amazing bond over time. So yeah, I think women should have friendships with men. Like, I think it's very okay to have friendships with men.
Now, one of the hot topics, and I would have to talk to a different group, one of the things is, if you are married, is your husband should be your best friend. And there are women out there or people out there that someone else is their best friend. What do you think about that? I know you're not married, but someone who looks to marriage one day. What do you think about that?
I think out of all of the intimate relationships that you have, you should have friendships outside of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, your partner is supposed to be your best friend. You're supposed to go to them, but when you're mad at your partner, who are you gonna talk about? Too. Like, if I'm mad at my partner, I want to say, okay, I'm calling my best friend because I just don't know how to handle this. So let me call my best friend and let's chat it up. So I think it's so important to have friendships outside of intimate relationships and outside of marriage.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so let's see. My thoughts. Let's see what my thoughts are about that. My thoughts are really I agree. I think that's okay to have friendships that are incorporating other friendships. But I do, one of the things that my husband and I, we said that even if it hurts, we got to tell each other. Because we have to be able to heal. Do I always want to be transparent? No. Because I know what the aftermath of that conversation can be.
Right.
But not telling him real secrets.
Yeah,
we don't want secrets.
We don't want secrets in
No,
relationships.
not
That
at
is
all.
so bad.
No. And your sisters, they hold your secret.
Yeah.
Or your bestie holds your secret.
Yeah.
It's like you're digging a hole for yourself.
Yeah. Secrets, no. No secrets in relationships. None.
No. And it's hard not to have them.
Yeah.
It's hard not to have them.
Especially if you're with that person.
Yes.
24/7. Like, how can you keep a secret?
You can't. They know you.
Yeah.
They know you. God says he put you together.
Yeah.
And then if you guys are coming together as one, he's your other half.
Right.
Your other half. So he's gonna know you.
Right.
And you're gonna know him.
Yeah. 100%.
But and so your bestie.
Yeah.
That's still a separation because you guys don't have that intimate bond together.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely agree.
So let's see. I have some questions I want to ask you.
Okay.
And one of them is networking. In the workforce, you're told that as the women, we have to get together, we have to stay together, we have to build networking relationships. Do you think that is the case?
Yes and no. I'm only saying no because in certain work environments, not everybody is going to be your friend because everybody is just there to collect their check and leave, to be realistic. Like, I don't really, as bad as this sounds, I don't like making friendships at work. Like, I keep it strictly work related. Like, we don't need to be talking outside of work because
interesting.
it's just what if I want to talk about something that's been frustrating me at work and I'm talking to my coworker? Are you gonna take that information and run with it? I don't know, but I also do think that it's important to have some type of cordial relationship with your coworkers.
I think so. I think you should.
Because you never know. They can help you elevate to the next level. They can, help you with other jobs, or, they can be a mentor to you. So
you're pretty much saying keeping it professional at work.
Yes, definitely separating business and personal.
Now, what about those work environments? Because some of the things that you hear is, they're just kissing up to the boss to get ahead. That the woman is trying to do everything possible to get ahead. And it's not anything that crosses lines. We're not talking about the sleeping to the top, those theories that are out there. But they are neglecting the sister that they can help.
I'm at a crossroad with this because it just you want to be able to excel on your own. So I get why some women don't want to help other women because you're trying to advance too. say if I wanted a job or I wanted a raise and somebody else was going for it, like another woman, and they're like pushing, being, you know, a kiss up to the boss, it's like, we really competing. Like, we're no longer friends at that point. Like, I'm trying to get the same job as you. So, like, I don't know. It's very hard to have those relationships at work and to have those friendships at work. I don't know. I try to keep it as business as possible, I guess.
I guess it's safe. It's just safer to do that. Interesting.
Yeah.
So how then do we amplify other women?
Definitely. I would say going to, like, there are some events that are like, you know, all women events, and like going to brunch with them and like having, you know, building these connections and just learning like how. Okay, love languages is key.
Oh, yeah.
And I think love languages is so important for friendships because you want to know how you can amplify that person. So, for an example, words of affirmation, that's a love language. If you are the type of person, or, you know, that you like words of affirmation, me as your friend, that's how I'm going to uplift you. So I think that's so important to learn.
With the love languages.
And yeah.
Are we afraid to understand that, or we just don't know it?
We don't know it. It's not really something that is talked about unless, like, you know it yourself.
All right, so you hear that, virtual audience? We've got to understand and discover each other's love language.
Yeah.
I asked the question before we came on. When we were thinking about the topic and I was researching the topic, one of the questions was, it was a lot of research on women empowerment. But my question to Alana was, can you empower women without a relationship with them?
Yeah, I definitely think that you, like, on social media, I may not know who that person is, but I'll say, oh my God, like, you look so good in that outfit, or like something to compliment them and make women feel good. That's what we need from each other. You don't have to be that person to be at bed to you know, hype them up or give them praise, or just, you know, say, oh, congratulations on a new car. Like, it's just encouragement. Just encouragement. That's all you really need.
Just encourage. So we've got to encourage each other, even if we don't know each other. And this social media thing, you know, there's a whole divide. I'm here, she's there, and in social media, you're just getting hits and encouraging each other. You don't even know the person.
Right.
But it does feel kind of good when someone says, oh, I like your piece of jewelry, or I like your hair today. That does feel good. So we've got to understand the love language of one another.
Yes.
And I like affirmations. I like people to say, you know, have a great day. I like people to speak positive into my life, because you can hear so much noise and you don't want to hear all that noise.
Right.
How does that noise affect you?
It's definitely toxic. So you want to I like affirmations too. Like, I like speaking them to myself, saying I am beautiful, I'm strong, but also doing it for my friends. Like, you got this, like, you're in control, like, you know, you have the power in your hands. Like, that's so important. Speaking positive, you know, speaking positively.
And you know, the scriptures are really, really good. You know, I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yeah.
Oh, man, the Bible is filled with positive affirmations. And I like that. I like when someone posts on my wall, or send me a quote, or send me a text, and then make it personal, because people are posting, but it's not personal.
Yeah.
You gotta make it personal, people. You gotta make it personal. You know, Carla, Alana, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Don't just post, you're fearfully and wonderfully made, because that's generic.
Yes.
It goes to everyone. But sometimes we got to make it personal. And that's a part of women helping each other. We've got to formulate some degree of personal relationships.
Yeah, yes, I agree.
I think so too. So how do we find our squad? You know, everything's about the tribe.
Yes. How do we find our tribe?
Yes.
I don't want to say, like, it's kind of like dating, but like it kind of is, because you're like searching for, like, who has your same interests and what can you bond over. And I would say most of my friends that I found and the people that I connect with, I found them from social media, or I found them from college. Like, most of the women that I'm friends with are from college. Some of them I have like social media friends, so I've never really met them in person. But we have this like friendship and this bond where like I can call them up and say, hey, like, how's it going? I have friends on the West Coast, like, you know, we just have like things in common. We bond over fashion and art and things that we enjoy. So I don't know, just finding those people and talking to those people.
It's a new wave because your generation is friends with someone on the West Coast.
Yes.
And we're like, if you've never met them, how can you be friends?
I mean, so like over time, like, again, like that over time thing, like we weren't friends the moment we friended each other on Twitter, but when we, you know, chatted, talked via DM, you know, chatted on Instagram, exchanged each other's phone numbers, now we like FaceTime all the time. Like, that's how we're building our friendship. It may be odd because I know like the older generation's like, I don't want to be friends with nobody I never met.
Never met.
But I think technology just opened up a new door for friendships for our generation. So yeah, we still got to be skeptical though. I'm not saying like go out and be friends with everyone, but you definitely do want to keep building, you know, those friendships that you have, or you think people are real and things like that. So.
I don't know. I think I've been watching too much of that catfish stuff and all that craziness on TV. So as I look at the craziness on TV, I'm thinking, how then is social media exchanges beneficial? And what I'm hearing from you, Alana, is great for friendships, relationships, building strong bonded relationships, good for networking.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
For
So,
sure.
so any talk points or any things that you would recommend for a virtual audience as we come to our end and think about ways we can continue for sisters to support sisters, women to support women?
Definitely being genuine, being your honest self, being true to who you are and your values. That is so important, because you know, if you don't have those friends that are not on the same wavelength as you, they are not friends for you. So yeah, definitely find those friends that have the same interests as you and want to do, you know, explore with you and just, you know, be adventurous and love one another, be kind to each other.
That's awesome. And so, as you have heard, there are so many ways that we can support one another. If you have gotten anything from this, we're again inviting you to like, share, and any comments, anything that you would like to hear us talk about, let us know, because this is the month for women and women's issues.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to say goodbye, and thank you for tuning in to Self-Care Saturday.